Hey everybody, this is JVizzo49, and I welcome you to another Let's Play. This is...
Mighty Switch Force Hyperdrive Edition!
Yes, a game by WayForward. It's the third in the Mighty series. The other two games were DSiWare titles. That's why I researched that. I'm like, oh, that's why I've never heard of them. But anyway... originally I was going to start uploading the playthrough for this game on Valentine's Day, but as you can see by the upload date, I'm a day late on that because I'm a dude, and apparently I can't keep track of space and time. But anyway, what I couldn't get recorded because apparently you can only see the damn cutscene once unless you completely reset your data, is you don't see the cutscene where the Hooligan Sisters escape from captivity, and you play as Patricia Wagon, trying to round up these guys, or these gals, as it were, and basically put them back in captivity because they are criminals or something. I don't know. It's a basic storyline. It's a WayForward basic storyline. The objective of each level is to recapture the 5 Hooligan Sisters in the level and get out of the level. You use your jump. You have a shoot function, which you can take out enemies with. That's the Y button. You can move the camera a little bit with the X button. I don't use that much. The main crux of this game is the siren helmet that you will see used constantly. And I'm going to quote the manual on this, because I have the manual in front of me. Siren Helmet, the ultimate peacekeeping equipment. On activation, the machine matrix of Planetland will change its physical form, aka the blocks will switch positions. Activate this mighty power by pressing the A button.
Let's go!
Yes, they were... The manual's pretty excited about this, basically the gimmick of this entire game. And in fact, this actually was originally a 3DS title that they ported over to the Wii U, which is the version I'm playing, with new graphics and such, and all the other stuff from the 3DS version. And they're so excited about the basic gimmick of this game that they mapped the switch function to 5 different buttons on the Wii U gamepad. You can press A, you can press L, you can press R, you can press ZL or ZR. It's very good if you like pressing different buttons to switch. I'll just say that. Anyway, like I said, your objective is to find all of the Hooligan Sisters and then get to the end where you will find, and here I am quoting the manual again, Corporal Gendarmer. He will extract you from battle once you have apprehended all 5 Hooligan Sisters.
Let's go!
So basically, my goal with this LP is to complete each level under the par time given. Now, level 3 here probably... I'm pretty sure level 3 has the lowest par time of them all at 30 seconds, and it's a fairly simple level. Basically, there's 2 types of levels in this game. You have the more linear kind of levels. You saw, like, level 1. And then ones where it's a set area, and the Hooligan Sisters are basically in the corners of the area, which you've seen for levels 2 and 3. Technically, there is a 3rd type of level, but we won't be getting to that until part 2. That's another thing I should mention. Originally, this game on the 3DS originally this was a 16-level game, and basically you can get through most levels in about a minute if you're good. So if I were to do a playthrough of the 3DS version, even with the bonus levels that they added, which we'll get to, this probably would only be a 1-video LP, but because I'm doing the Wii U version, and there is something about the Wii U version which warrants making this a multi-part LP, we're gonna breeze through the first 10 levels in this part. But basically, the game generally, the 3DS version of the game was generally well received, but its heaviest criticism was, of course, its length, because it was so goddamn short. Basically, it was short and sweet. And then in May of 2012, about 4 months after the original release of the 3DS version, they made a free update in which they added 5 levels. And that, you see that in this version, but there is also a sort of hard mode. I think they call it a hyperdrive mode or something. Here we go, hyperdrive levels. I'm quoting the manual once again. New to this version of Mighty Switch Force are the hyperdrive levels. These brutally difficult remixes will test your wit and reflexes to the fullest. Hyperdrive levels become available after completing the game for the first time, blah blah blah. So, not only will I be playing the 21 levels that you would find on the 3DS version of this game, I will be playing the harder stuff for this game, the hard remixes. So that's why this is a multi-parter, and not just me saying I don't want a video that's like 30 minutes, and I have a reason for this.
Checkpoint.
Anyway, as you've been seeing, the levels start off really basic, get you acclimated to this whole gimmick, and then they introduce these purple blocks in level 3, the launch blocks that will send you flying in one direction or another.
Checkpoint.
There's also, of course, the solid blocks that you keep changing. And you have to be really careful that you're not in front of a transparent block when it's about to change to a solid block, because you will get pushed into the screen and lose a heart and go back to the last checkpoint. Very annoying. But you can also use this tactic to take out enemies, which, that's a lot of fun, actually. Not gonna lie about that.
Stop in the name of the law!
And then they introduce these blocks here in this level, where if you stand on them and press the switch button, the blocks of the same color of the ones you are standing underneath, like the red ones in that example there, stay solid.
Gotcha. Checkpoint.
And you have to figure out what the hell is going on in order to advance and get to the next hooligan sister and basically work your way through the level. Basically, they introduce this very well. I do like the level design of this game. You're kind of eased into everything. It may seem all crazy, and me doing all of these levels at this fast pace may seem like, well, holy shit, how did you even do a thing? Did you do this all in one go? Hell no. It may look like that I did all of these things in one attempt, but that is far from the truth. That could not be further from the truth. Basically, usually what ended up happening is I would practice to record a level or a set of levels, and then I would get to the actual recording and basically record as many attempts as I would need in order to get levels underneath the bar time, and just edit out the failed attempts. Trust me, if I showed you the failed attempts as a separate video, I am fairly certain that it would be longer than the LP itself, because this game is difficult. I'm just gonna say that right now. The difficulty gets insane later on, and you're gonna see that. You're gonna see that fairly quickly here. How it just ramps the hell up. Such as in this level, where you have all of these launch blocks everywhere, and you have to figure out what the hell you're doing, and your par time is only 45 seconds. So if you want your speedrunning bonus, I guess you could say, for this particular level, you have to figure all that shit out, and then you have to figure out a route or way in which you would finish the level in under 45 seconds. It's crazy. But you kind of get into a rhythm, you kind of get used to it. Like, I'm already on... Well, what level is this? Level 8? I've already lost track of how many levels we've already done. The par time here is 35 seconds. This one's really short. In fact, if you play your cards right, this can be the shortest level of the entire game. Of course, I kind of sort of screwed it up by doing that there. So, level 3 ended up being shorter than this by about a second. So, you play as Patricia Wagon. If you don't get the joke there, you are not very good at wordplay. There are certain types of, I guess they're sort of like concrete blocks or something that you need explosions to break. There are the other smaller blocks which you could just shoot away. But these bigger blocks you need to explode or explode if you're a fan of Bionic Commando. You notice the hearts up there. You take a hit from an enemy, you fall into spikes, you push yourself into the screen, you lose a heart. And of course, if you have no hearts remaining, you have to start the level all over again. AKA, you die. There's not really such a thing as game over here. But basically, if you do run out of hearts, you are kicked back out to the level select screen. This right here can actually be kind of tricky, because you have to basically launch the bombs out and then switch again right away in order for the bombs to actually reach the, because of those blocks over there. That is really tricky to do right there. You really have to get the timing down on that. Oh god. That was a slight mistake, but we're gonna power through it. See, this was one of those levels that took me like half an hour in recording time just to get right, and when I finally got it right, I'm like, geez, I could have made that 5 seconds faster. I completely killed the par time. Level 10. You're seeing really bad edits here, and that's simply because I only did a few levels per recording session. And basically, I was just like, alright, fine, we'll just... Because I'm only showing the successful attempt for each level. So each level is only getting a little bit of time, so I'm just like, screw it. Not like I have all that much editing prowess. Have you seen my goddamn LPs? This was another level that took me half an hour of attempts to get right. Simply because there's so much you have to remember. Like, the key to to your success in these levels, and, excuse me, you getting your par time, is memorization. Like that part, where basically you have to switch back immediately once you get the spiked turtle thing, or whatever the heck it's called, launched off of the block. It's little nuances like that that you have to remember, like this here. You'll want to wait until this guy is over to the third launch thing. Go over here so that you yourself don't get pushed into the screen. Because taking damage from enemies, you'll be fine. Getting pushed into the screen or falling into spikes, you go back to the last checkpoint. You lose a lot of time doing that. And basically, anytime I did that, I was just like, reset. Not dealing with that. And then this here can be kind of crazy. You basically have to have really precise timing on those switches. I'm gonna pick up the last hooligan sister and head to the exit of level 10, which is where this video actually ends. So we're going to get our results, in which I once again completely crushed the clear time and beat my old time by exactly 5/100ths of a second. Anyway, next time we'll do the rest of the normal levels. See you then.